Hello everyone, welcome back to DataCraft with Ram. So far we have already learned how to detect the outliers using the Z-score and IQR methods. But what should we do after deleting them? So in this video we will explore the three common techniques in order to handle the outliers: remove, replace and transform. I have written here the code in order to remove the outlier. See, this is a simple approach in order to remove the outliers. This is work when you have enough data. And what I did, I have imported the one library which is the Panda, and I just make the one data frame. The data frame is a 12, 14, 15, 600, 13, 16, 12 and 11. I know the 600 is outliers. Then we calculate the Q1, Q3 and IQR. Right, the Q1 is nothing, this is a 25 percentile, and Q3 is nothing, this is a 75 percentile, and IQR is nothing. When we are subtracting from Q3 minus Q1, it will become IQR. Then we apply the lower bound and upper bound, and then finally we apply the formula of the lower bound and upper bound in order to remove the outlier. So now let's execute this code. So you can see after clean the data, we remove the outliers. But now see, before cleaning this data, we have an outlier which is the 600. This is the outlier. But when you have applied the formula with respect to the lower bound and upper bound, the lower bound formula is nothing greater than equal to lower bound, and the data of the value is less than equal to upper bound. Right? So after removing the outlier, see, the outlier is nothing. This outlier, second method, we are going to use the mean median mode, but in this particular case I am going to use the median. See, if your data set is small, removing the data might not be the good idea, you know that, right? But it is just 600. See, that we have already removed. The rest of the value is nothing. This is the interact and the meaningful, right? So this is the first approach in order to remove the outlier, and you can replace the outliers using the mean, median or mode. So what I did here, I have imported the library which is the NumPy, and then I am taking the median of this particular data set, and then we apply the formula with respect to upper bound and lower bound, and then finally I am plotting. Now let's see after applying the median. So now let's try to understand. See, after applying the median, see, there is no any effect with respect to the outliers. Even we have outliers, we know that we have an outlier in this particular data set which is a 600, but after applying the median, there is no any effect. See, the data set which is the more meaningful. Now let's try to understand. See, after applying the median, see, our data set is meaningful. See, this all the data points are the meaningful. There is no any outliers. But before applying the data set, we can see there we have a one outlier which is the 600, right? The median is a good, because if you have an outlier in the data set, you can use the median. But if you don't have an outlier in the data set, you can use the mean, right? So this is the second method with respect to the median, and third method, I am going to use the transformer outliers. See, instead of deleting or replacing, you can also transfer your data to reduce the outlier effect, right? There is just three common methods we can use: the log transformer, square root and scaling. So in this particular case, I am going to use the log transformation. So this is the simple value which is the data, and then this is the value, and then the np dot the log 1 np, then the data of the value, and then finally I am printing. Now you can see there. Now you can see after applying the transformer, see, the value is 12, 14, 15, 13, 13, 16, 12, 11. That means this data is meaningful data set. Of course, this data is meaningful data set, and then the log value is nothing. The log value is a 2.56, 2.17, right? So this is the log. So see, this is the power of the log transfer. See, the log scale compare the large value of the more small one reducing influence the outliers. So this is the power of the transformer outliers. In this particular case I have used the log transformations, but you can also use you can try with the square root, scalings. I will also make the video with respect to the square root and scaling. So to handle the outlier, remove if you have enough data, replace if you want to preserve the size, transform if you want to keep the data intact but reduce the skew. In the next video we will look at the visualize the outliers using the scatter plots, histograms and pair plots, a powerful way to relate them. So that's all for the today. If you found this video is helpful, please guys do not forget to like, subscribe and comment below. Thank you so much. Bye bye.